Are you ready?
Ooh, are you ready?
Let's go!
Hello, everyone. I'm Linnetta.
And I'm Patrick.
And we are co-founders of
Vertical Connections, Inc.
Happy New Year to everyone.
Yes, thank you so much for being here. We just appreciate how often we've had so many of you come and visit us. And for those of you that haven't had a chance to watch some of our videos, we just wanted you to know that we, being two teachers that had left the public school system, we became
entrepreneurs.
Yes, and from there we also have shared some Sunday reflections. And the big ones that we've had were upside down or right side up.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Breaking free.
Dad's nuggets.
Look no further.
Those were our big four, and we usually like to run on threes, but we just thought we'd do four for fun. But anyway, we just thank you so much, and if you have time, we want to make sure that you go back and watch some of those, because one of the highlights that we had opportunity of sharing was both when I was baptized and made a public declaration of my faith, but then also we took one out to our backyard and actually showed our kombucha that we harvested, which, first of all, I didn't even know how to spell. And then my wife just thought, oh, I think we'll just try a little experiment. And so she just put these seeds in the bucket, and lo and behold, they grew. And so we shared that with everybody because it was an experiment that we tried, and yet it was such a neat thing to be able to watch grow and continue throughout its time through the harvest. So those are all things that you can look forward to. But today we wanted to share a little bit about...
Be sure to be purposeful this year. One way is serving. Make sure you have a mindset to serve others.
I think also if we are really attentive to lifting others up, and also when we are maybe not in a position to lift others up, we know that there are going to be times when we need to be lifted up ourselves, and be receptive to those individuals who are actually reaching out and trying to help. And because we all know that it comes in many different ways, shapes, and forms. And as long as our heart is open, and even though we might be struggling, be open to receiving that help. I think that is so important.
Take calculated risk.
Ooh, good one.
You know, you hear a lot about, oh, don't do that because it's risky,
Right.
Go ahead and collect your truths and take calculated risks, because if you stay where you are at, you're going to stay where you're at.
Oh yeah, use multiple resources. Make sure that you are delving into the multiple opportunities to find those truths, because those calculated risks then don't become quite as calculated, but we're still going outside of our norm, or looking outside the box and really expanding our own knowledge.
And understanding what's out there.
Yes.
Lots of opportunities, as you said, for sure.
I think a lot of this world that we're in, we find that the sincerity is lacking. And so many people, we've got our dear friend that we take and spend a lot of time with, and she rides along with us to church. And we know that each and every time it is with a sincere heart that we are looking at the opportunity to spend time with her, letting her know that she's loved. We want to make sure that we do that with everyone.
Absolutely. Yes. And be a person who is ready for solutions, providing solutions versus complaints. Be on board for solutions.
My father used to always ask me, when it was, of course, me being kind of a pain in the hind end, are you going to be part of the solution or part of the problem? And then there'd be that awkward pause, but I made sure to answer the right way. But then he would also want that to be followed up with, what is your solution? Well, how is this going to be changed? Rather than complaining and saying, maybe there's a lack of something, or I just don't know how to do this. What did you do to help yourself? Because by helping yourself, that allows you then to receive help from others. But always look for being that solution rather than just one of the complainers.
Absolutely. Wonderful. control yourself. Stop trying to control others, but control yourself is another thing I would put on your heart for this year. Be mindful to control yourself. How you react, how you respond makes a big difference.
Yes, and I think so many times we get caught into that knee-jerk reaction where the individual might not be done talking or explaining the situation, and we are quick with a response before they're ever even done. I found that today in just discussing some of the scriptures that we were going over, and Linnetta was sharing with me, and I, rather than wait for her explanation, I said, but why did you write this way? And all I had to do was actually go down to the next verse and see, oh, never mind. Slow down, Patrick. It's okay. Receive and let that answer come in, because that would have just avoided a lot of problems once again.
And we are human, so we're open to forgive as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
We falter, but we should be open to forgive, to keep that atmosphere open for God to continue to bless us.
Yes, and just be even keel and just breathe once in a while. I think that's important.
Yes. Remember to surround yourself with people who you can cry with. You can provide, who can provide you truth, and you can provide truth to them as well, and be encouraging, but be that shoulder for others.
I think we talk so many times about not isolating ourselves, but actually going out and reaching out to others and just being a part of different things. You know, we've taken great opportunities this year since losing Pa, and spending a lot more time with Mama Francine. And, you know, there's so many times where she'll let us know that there's something going on with her church. Maybe there's a production. Maybe it's just the actual service. And so by being open and listening, we get to spend those times, which then helps us to create wonderful memories and times together that we otherwise might not have the opportunity to have.
Yes. I would think my final thing I would like to say is to hold on to truth. There's a lot of things going on in this world today. Hold fast to truth, the truth that brings glory and honor unto God. Hold fast to truth. When you're having discussions and conversations, hold fast to truth, God's truth, unchanging truth.
And we realize that so many times we call them miracles. And sometimes we need to just realize that miracles come from just good people doing good things. So as we go out into 2023, we want to make sure that we are providing that opportunity to lift others up. Look for the truth. If we're not sure of the truth, make sure that we go and look in our Bible. Find it, and then go from there. And be a miracle to others. We never know when someone's watching and someone's listening, but if we are always doing what is right, we know that it makes no difference what our actions are, because it's going to benefit others as well as ourselves.
And be pleasing unto God.
Yes.
Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Let's go. Happy New Year's.
Yes. Thank you so much for being here. Bye-bye.